Welcome to the ArmaniTalks podcast. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this podcast, I'm helping you level up your 5 soft skills: public speaking, storytelling, social dynamics, emotional intelligence, and creativity. 5 soft skills for you to change your life forever, skyrocket your confidence along the way. In today's episode, we're entering the world of creativity, and we're going to be talking about what exactly is a brand. I would say in 2018 to 2019, it was the golden era of Shopify dropshipping. This is when you get products from overseas, typically Alibaba or China, and you don't have to have a warehouse filled with products. Instead, you create a website filled with the products, you get some traffic onto the website, and anytime there's an order, you send it over to Alibaba, and they will fulfill the order. This was amazing because around that time, I was in an Amazon business where I had to actually buy the units and put it in a warehouse. I had to have the warehouse in a way where I paid rent to them to hold my supplies. So you're telling me with dropshipping, you don't need the supplies in a warehouse? In my mind, I was thinking, this is amazing. This is going to change up the future. Soon, tons and tons of content creators started to pop up left and right, preaching how amazing dropshipping was. Not only were they preaching with their words, they were also posting screenshots of how much they were making every single month. It was amazing. It was the golden era. Now, fast forward to 2021 to 2022, and things are changing. Nowadays, people don't really talk about dropshipping the same way that they used to in 2019, where you could just create a website, get some traffic from Facebook, and start making money automatically. Nowadays, the remaining people who are left with dropshipping, they preach a long-term approach. And the way that they preach the long-term approach is by building a brand. And how they break down the brand is different for different groups of people. Here's my philosophy. And by the way, I don't have a dropshipping store. However, I do discuss communication skills, and brand building is a part of communication. Here's what a brand is. It's a story. It's a story that engages someone's mind and heart. And more importantly, it's a story that is built over time. It's not something that you hear once and automatically your mind and heart is engaged, unless you resonated so much with the story where you're a diehard supporter. For the most part, brands are built over time. So when you think about it like that, brand building and long-term thinking go hand in hand. The people that normally support the ArmaniTalks brand, the reason that they support it is because they have often been consuming my content for a long period of time. And my hardcore fans, they're not just consuming me on podcasts, for example. They're consuming me from multiple different avenues, such as YouTube, maybe Twitter, maybe blogs, maybe some books. And eventually, they're starting to understand my story and what I'm trying to do with the ArmaniTalks business. And this is when their mind and their heart is getting engaged. This sort of philosophy does not only work in the content creation business. It also can be applied to dropshipping. It doesn't matter if you're selling a spatula, for example. What does that spatula symbolize? It symbolizes cooking. It symbolizes a bonding with, let's say, your new wife to learn cooking. It symbolizes you learning to feed yourself and becoming independent. There's so many different angles that you can take with this. Just understand that a brand is not built overnight. It is built over time. And the way that the internet is structuring itself, it's going to eventually weed out a lot of the short-term thinkers. Even though that they're winning in certain periods of their life, they're preaching different words, they're posting different screenshots of how much money they're making. In the long run, it's always going to be the brand builders who win. It's always going to be the long-term thinkers who win. And it is always going to be the story that comes out on top. For more practical insights into brand building, be sure to check out my book, Speakeasy: How to Be Articulate, Assertive, and Audacious Around People. This book breaks down a whole bunch of different concepts ranging from 4D listening, becoming the modern day polymath, and building a primal brand that will stand the test of time. Sound good? If so, be sure to check out Speakeasy in the links in the description box, or go on ArmaniTalks.com and grab your copy today. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks podcast, and I'll catch you next time.